heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kirushok here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. Now, Deku was getting acquainted with quite a lot of people here at Bakugo the Vigilante's base. Now, Deku was made aware of a few things. Miss Yorozu is funding their whole operation with her, well, deep pockets. And Bakugo, he's trying to lead them. However, Bakugo, Momo, and Todoroki, these three are still suffering from things the doctor did to their minds. The process of trying to turn them into a Nomu may have left mental scars, and Deku has seen it. Deku has been there before. He has plenty of physical and mental scars, and he actually tried to offer to help the three. Momo, she was a bit skeptical about it. She knows what Deku's powers can do, because Deku, from what she's heard and even looked into, he's killed a few people using them. She has seen some of the footage with the committee, and one of those powers basically turns somebody into a human piece of confetti. Now, with that, there actually was Todoroki. He's skeptical about Deku for a few reasons. Deku murdered his brother, and Todoroki, him and Deku talked, and Todoroki told him quite simply, his life was worse, to which Deku, he told him it was not. Todoroki might think his life was worse because he suffered, but Deku, he had to endure. Deku and the girls, their lives have been far fucking worse. He might have been abused by his father, but Deku and these two were abused by the world. They were used. At every point in time in their lives, anybody they thought they could trust, they couldn't. They've been through psychological torture. They have been through physical torture. And they've been physically made to kill, go against their own moral codes, and take on new ones. Now, Todoroki, he got a demonstration. Whenever he was put under the effects of a quirk Deku has been exposed to hundreds of times. And Todoroki, he called it the worst thing he ever experienced. Now, there actually is Bakugo. Who Bakugo? Yeah. Right now, he still is skeptical about Deku. He still remembers that boy Deku used to be. Innocent, carefree, kinda silly. But now there's actually what he does see. Brutal, ruthless to his enemies. And, well, unhinged in a way. To Bakugo, Deku's morality might as well be a fucking roulette wheel. There's no telling where his loyalty does lie, especially because he was teamed up with Overhaul and then betrayed him. The man was a villain, yes, and if he does have Deku's moral codes correct, Deku does not team up with villains. He's done that before. He almost murdered the man, yes. And, well, there is another thing. Bakugo doesn't know that Deku, he's previously worked with heroes to take down the committee. Now, with that being said, Deku, he is currently laying down. And right now he does have a lot going through his mind. Exactly if he'll be able to bring Dabi, Todoroki's brother, back from the dead. Now, Deku does currently sit there. And right now, Deku, he does have a few theories popping around in his head. And he actually is a bit more concerned. If Todoroki is able to have his brother come back, then that means that revival is possible. It would mean that atomic structures, not only can they be rejuvenated, brought back to life, it means that he can probably bring his mother back, his father, his family, everyone who's ever died, who's been hurt, who they've lost. Now, Deku, he is concerned. If that is possible, it's a scary thought, but he won't know until he tries. Bring his mother and father back? I mean, their bodies, they're years old, but Dobby, he's fresher. In the worst possible way of saying it, Dobby, he might be, well, half the man he used to be, but there's still much there that they can use. What is it? They need matter. They need mass. And Deku, he does have a few ideas as to where to get it. Now, currently there actually is Todoroki, who he's sitting down, and he's still just trying to calm down. It's been one day since Deku exposed him to that mist. And right now Todoroki, he still does sit there trying to process everything he saw. It might as well have been a fucking nightmare. That's the best way of saying it. No, nightmares are more comforting than that. Whatever the fuck he saw, everything he saw, it's bad. He might as well have been back in the hands of that fucking doctor. Now, Todoroki, he actually sit there, and right now Momoda should ask him if he's okay. Sorry, my my head still swimming thoughts. Sorry. Todoroki, calm down. I'm trying. It's just I'm afraid is all. Okay. That's fine. But what did you see? My father? My brother? All for one. The doctor. I saw all of them. I was moving down a corridor and I turned into a Nomu. Hell. I think I saw hell. Now, Momoda's look at the fear in Todoroki's eyes. And Todoroki, he does try to at least talk about it. Whatever the quirk that is, it was, well, bad. That is truly a villainous quirk. Now, Todoroki, he actually is someone going to turn his head. Over Deku, he does walk into the room. And right now, Momo actually is someone going to Todoroki turn, asking what he's doing here. I'm here for Todoroki. Are you going to expose him to that again? You can't be serious. Give him a break. No. It's about his brother. Todoroki looking up. And Deku just tell him. He might have found his location, but he's not too sure. They filed the paperwork a little differently. So, they're gonna go dig him up and see if they can bring him back from the dead. Now, Momo just stare a bit surprised at Deku. And then Deku does someone gonna stop, as she's gonna open her mouth, bring his hand up with his finger and telling her, hang on, he's not done explaining. Todoroki, his brother has been dead for how long? And Todoroki, he does start to talk about it. Months. Half a year. If not 7 months. 8, maybe? Close to that amount of time. Listen. Your brother's been dead for that long. I don't make promises. At least, not promises I can keep, if I don't think I can. I try to deliver what I can realistically. Now, Todoroki, again, you need to be aware. What we're going to do is we're going to do things by my playbook. You want your brother back from the dead? That's possible. Plausible? Yeah, possible's not. My bad. Listen. We need to get some fresh meat, you could say. So we'll do that. Now, Momo, she actually stared at Deku. And Deku, he does at least know what she's thinking about. The implications there. They need either fresh blood, fresh cells, or they need a body. They need a living body to bring them back. I mean, a life for a life. Is that what he's saying? Now, Deku, he actually does tell Momo. That is exactly what he's saying. So, Todoroki, he needs to get up and come on, because he's not going to sit here all night babysitting. Now, Todoroki actually stand up, him walking towards Deku, as Deku does look at his posture. And right now, Todoroki, he actually doesn't try to be confrontational. He just walks past Deku as Momo is trying to tell him. Right now, she doesn't trust him. If anything happens to Todoroki out there, it's on him. And Deku does look towards her, telling her, as he starts to walk towards her, that if anything happens to Todoroki, it's because Todoroki, he does not listen. Her taking a step back, where Deku gets right in her face. Todoroki, he is soft. He thinks that the world, they have had it worse. However, everything they've experienced, it's bad, yeah. I'll give them that. It sucks. Having people die on you is a fucking disaster. But right now, what Todoroki wants is on his time frame, not Todoroki's. What Todoroki wants is probably impossible, and he's simply just doing this to show him. If he wants to try and bitch and complain and not do something about it, then don't complain. Don't try to just mope about it. Not taking action whenever you complain about something is just called bitching. So, they're gonna go, and once they come back, they'll either have a new ally, or they'll come back empty-handed. And Todoroki, he'll at least know disappointment. Now, Momo stares directly at Deku, and Deku does bring up his hand, telling her he'll promise to look out for Todoroki. How about that? Now, Momo's kind of confused, as Deku, he does actually know this tactic. He overwhelms her with a bit of information and facts, and then he throws her a curveball. Now, Momo does look down at Deku's hand, as Deku, he actually tells Momo, when he does come back, he wants to fix them. All of them are suffering, and they are hurt. If they suffer, it will mess with their performance, and the mission won't be able to go through. He's trying to build trust. They're skeptical of him, how he does things. They consider him to be extreme. He considers himself to be efficient. That is the difference. They may not like it, but they'll have to deal with it if they plan to work with him. Now, he's got to go. Momo actually watching Deku turn and walk away. And right now Deku and Todoroki, they're speeding down the highway in his car. As Todoroki, he does sit there and try to ask a few questions. And Deku, he's sitting there quietly. As there actually is where the music, it's not loud. It is quiet. And Todoroki, he actually is trying to learn a bit more about what this project was, because it sounds like he should have been a part of it. Apparently though, he was too high profile, son of the number 2 pro. And Deku, he was just the son of some guy within the committee. I mean, that's kind of ironic. Now, Todoroki, he actually is confused where the two, they do pull off the highway whenever they saw a fire in the distance. And Deku tells Todoroki about exactly what they're going to be doing. Now, Todoroki, he does listen as Deku, he does pull up to an area. And right now, the two, they pull up to it, and there are a few people running around. And over somebody they do see the vehicle, Deku does simply just sit there. Him telling Todoroki about what to do. And Todoroki does someone just sit there, watching the villain. As right now the villain does pull out a weapon, and Todoroki, he actually started to duck. Deku just sitting there, looking towards him, as the villain just fired Todoroki the car. Bullets bouncing off and ricocheting off of the glass and the metal. And Deku does tell him, reinforced. And Todoroki, he does something to set up. As Deku does put the car in a drive and rev up the engine. And right now a lot of people do start to look towards the vehicle. The vehicle, it's right there. Headlights bright, and the paint black. And right now there's actually the white stripe. The stripe that has well, a black piece splitting both of them. And right now, there actually is the fact that the car, it's loud. It roars. And then Deku, he does do one thing, looking towards Todoroki. As Deku does put the car in a drive, and people do watch as the tires screech and roar forwards. Now, right now a few villains, they're trying to get out of the way. And right now a few of them, they are trying to fire directly at the vehicle. As Deku smashes into their barricade, and a few of them, they either try to go flying, or some of them do go running. Now, right now after Deku, he does do that, he does actually someone going to open the door. Him actually turning to Todoroki and telling him, try and get one. Try and find a villain. He's going to deal with a few of them here. He's going to capture. Deku, he's going to let out a bit of stress. Now, their actions whenever Deku does turn to a villain. The man, Todoroki looking at Deku. As whenever he does, he actually someone going to bring him a shotgun. Him blasting Todoroki at Deku, as Deku does look at the man. Him looking down, as his shirt, it is covered in blood. Before Deku, he does actually regenerate and have the pellets fall directly out of his skin and shirt. Him looking up at the man as the man does simply just stare. Him racking the shotgun and trying to fire again. Deku rushing forwards and grabbing the man, before Deku going to turn and throw him. Now, the man he goes smashing into a wall, very, very hard, and a few people do watch that. As you know, there actually is Todoroki. Right now, he's actually trying to capture a villain. And, well, Deku, yeah. Right now, he does have his fun. Now, the two, they do eventually get back to the car. And Todoroki, he does actually show the villain in the trunk, as the two, they do get ready. They head to the graveyard. And Todoroki, he actually is going to turn to Deku, as Deku, he actually does look down at his shirt and talk about how he's going to have to buy a new one. Since, well, this one, they told him it was supposed to be protective. I'm sorry, what did you just say? My shirt. It was supposed to be Kevlar protective, but apparently not. It's just shitty. Let's see. Alright. I remember who I got it from. I'm sorry. You bought your shit at the black market, didn't you? I did. Why? So you shouldn't have trusted the villain. I'm sorry. You're pretty stupid on that. Well, that's just the thing. He sells protective gear. Faulty protective gear. That means if I come back there and talk about it, people will either take care of him for me, or that man will suffer a fate worse than death. So, Todoroki, what do you think I should do? Should I turn the man in for trying to kill his customers and fuck them over? Or should I let the market handle it? Or should I handle it? A quick, painful death. Now, Todoroki, he does stare Todoroki back at Deku, not saying a word, as Deku does put the car in park. Him getting out, and Todoroki walking towards the trunk. Now, their actions over Deku and Todoroki, they do get the villain. And right now they do head to the area where his brother supposedly is buried. Now, the two, they do get to work. And right now, Todoroki, he does have a lot going through his mind. As right now, he's worried. If this works, if it doesn't, if it's possible to bring someone back from the dead, if it is, isn't, what is he going to say? I mean, what's he going to do? This is bad, right? I mean, not something that a hero would do, but, I mean, hero society's fallen, hasn't it? I mean, People are at war, the streets are littered with villains, people are fighting for survival. I mean, there's no other way around it. Are heroes what the world needs right now? I mean, Deku, he's an extreme example of it, but he's a good guy. But his heart, it's probably the only thing in the right place. Now, Todoroki, he does think. Back at UA, Deku, he was putting on an act, but he seemed to be happy. He seemed to like being there. And that's what does confuse him. If it was all an act, why did it seem so genuine? Now, currently Deku, he does smash his fist directly into the ground. And whenever he does so, he does tricky grab up at something. Now, Deku, he pulls it out up from the ground before he actually goes flying backwards into the air. And right now Todoroki does watch Deku pull the coffin out from underground. Now, there are actions where Deku, he currently does get to pull it open. And they do see Dobby. Now, Todoroki is quite alarmed. He heard about it in the police report, but seeing it in person? Yep, that's him alright. Jesus. Yep. Now, Todoroki, Deku bring up his hand, and tossing a knife to him, telling him he wants him to do a few things. He has a theory here, and, well, he's actually a bit more concerned about how to do this. Yeah. Cell biology. Listen, you're a blood relative of his, right, brother? Yeah. Good. There's two ways to do this. Let's see if I can reform him once with the body, and second, let's see if I can reform him with blood. What do you mean? It's simple. Now, they're going to bring out his hand. And right now, whenever he does do so, the actions are Dobby, he does disappear. Deku then turning and telling Todoroki to put some blood of his in the coffin. And they'll see exactly if they can bring him back. Because he's assuming matter needs to be added. So how about related matter? They share blood and DNA by that suit. Right now, they're missing a lot of his DNA. Now, Todoroki, he does understand. And Deku, he does watch Todoroki go to bring out the knife and start to add the blood. As right now they're actually where Deku does bring his hand down and get ready. Now, whenever Deku, he actually does something to turn, he does start to try and remake Dobby. However, this time it's a bit less effective. The cells have been rejuvenated, but it's not enough. And Deku, he was a bit worried about that. Deku turning and grabbing the villain. As right now, we do actually cut to a bit of time later. Now, right now we do actually cut to the hideout. Everybody, they're sitting around, and they're worried. Exactly what's going to happen, what they're going to do, and, well, exactly if it's going to work. Now, right now the heroes, or the students, they all do currently sit there. They heard the vehicle pull up. They heard the roar of the engine. And now they actually do hear Deku and Todoroki lock down the warehouse. Now, there actually is where Bakugo, he does sit there. And he's actually curious. If Deku was able to bring them back, bring that guy back, what does it say? I mean, what will happen? It's crazy in theory. But will it really matter? I mean, Dobby was a villain, right? And by Deku's standards, why would he bring back a villain? That would just be adding to the problem, wouldn't it? Now, Bucko, he does hear a door open. And right now he actually saw someone going to turn. Deku walking in, as he does have some mud on him. and now Todoroki Hida's walking as well. Him looking down, as right now all of them they do stare at him, asking if it worked, and if that guy is back. To which Todoroki he doesn't get a turn, and tell Toya to come in. Now, right now Toya Todoroki, he would walk into the room. However, it's strange. Dabi, the guy they thought he was, the guy with the power of cremation, body full of scars, face, well, covered in staples, and the hair black. This isn't Dabi, it's Toya Todoroki. He stands there with white hair, no scars, and, well, a strange expression on his face. He looks like he's lost. Like he doesn't know where he is, know who he is. Now, right now Toya does stand there, and Deku, he does at least go to point out. He's alive. Now, I bet they're kind of stunned. Deku brought a guy back from the dead. How? I mean, why? Now, Deku, he does look at everybody. As right now he does explain, if this is not enough proof for them to trust him, what the fuck is? Before turning and walking away. Now, Deku, he actually is a bit more intrigued. They brought back Toya Todoroki. However, there was an issue. His mind. He doesn't have everything there. It's all scattered. I mean, rebuilding the mind and bringing him back. It took many attempts. Many, well, times to try and get it right. But then he figured it out. He figured out how to bring him back completely. I mean, yes, well, he is mentally not there. What it seems like. He's lost his memory, maybe? Amnesia. But that would be expected, right? He was dead. But maybe he's just a former version of himself. Now, Deku, he currently just walked down the hallway. As Toya, he is still looking around, trying to understand where the hell he is, understand who he is, and what happened to him, and why that guy he saw him whenever he opened his eyes, he seemed so, well, familiar? No, he has not seen that guy before. Has he? No. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.